Welcome to the Immerse podcast. We are your hosts, Dan Ramsden and Alex O'Keefe.
Join us and our guests as we dive into real stories of entrepreneurship, health, fitness and self-mastery. No fluff, no filters, just honest conversations that inspire, educate and challenge the norm. Let's get into it. Welcome everybody to the Immerse podcast. We're going to start this one by something I've heard recently on a Andrew Huberman podcast.
All right.
So everyone follow me, okay? One big deep breath. Hold it. Then another one. And then, a sigh. Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
So like
That's scientifically proven to bring down anxiety and stress and depression just by doing that. One big deep, then again, then
It's got to be a
you've got to have a bit of tonality to it and a bit of a
like you mean
or even if you you've got to have the sigh in there. But yeah,
I liked it.
Anyway, that's a good way to start this week's episode. And
Try it. You might like it.
You might like it. We're on another Books That Change Us episode this week.
We are.
The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle.
It's a deep one.
It's very deep, and we're diving into this particular book. Dan, has literally changed the lives of millions of people. Completely challenged how we think about suffering, anxiety, and what it really means to be alive. Now, the power of now. Even just the title, what does it make you think of, Dan, when you hear that?
The present moment.
Yeah. Not the past, not the future, right now. And it's difficult.
I think we struggle with this one the most, I'd say.
Such a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah, because the past is shaping sometimes the outcomes of the future. Do you know, the trauma, the betrayal, the this, the that, you know, we can carry those shackles with us, can't we? And it's about looking into it and ultimately setting it free, and then also not overthinking what's going to happen, because we can't predict what's going to happen either.
Exactly.
So and it interrupts and interferes with the now. So we've got 10 points to dissect from this book. We're just going to quickly rinse through them, and then obviously leave it up to the listener to go ahead and delve into this book if you fancy a bit of it. It's a deep one. It requires a lot of self-reflection, and that's what we like, and that's what we want to try and promote, because it's ultimately about living a better life, isn't it?
Yeah.
For us and people around us.
And I really love the power of now. No, the power of just even the simple phrase of just be where you are right now. Because it just it's just an anchoring statement, isn't it? It's just like, get your head out of the clouds, you know, stop worrying about the past, stop worrying about the future. And it just reminds me of this quote from a film called The Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
It's an old wise turtle. Yeah, there we go. Right, we'll start from here. Right, so there's an awesome quote from Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda, one of my favourite films. He says, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present." And that's on a film that I watch with my little daughter Bodhi, and it's just when you think of it like that, it's so true, isn't it? You know, all we've got is right now, innit? But how do we stay?
We always talk about it, don't we? Like, tomorrow's not promised. You've got to live for now. We always say it, and people often have these conversations at funerals and that kind of thing, and then we just go back to doing the same shit.
Yeah.
And feeling the same way. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect in this sense. I'm
No.
working on it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to work on it a lot. And I think that's a tough one, isn't it? You know, like if you've got goals and you want to be successful, and it's like, well, what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
You know, who is this for? A lot of fathers talk about, I'm doing this for my kids. Are you though? Are you
Yeah.
really
I mean,
doing that though?
you can
Because your
hide
kids
that.
want you right now. They
Yeah.
want the present.
Yeah.
They want you present in the room with
Yeah.
them. That's what they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and we can dress it up in different ways, can't we? Some of the best memories that I have in my life are from my nan. And my nan want an entrepreneur and a grafter and a financial provider. And I know it's a different way of life now, you know, the traditions and whatnot. But some of the best memories I have are the little things and the little times that I spent with my nan and the laughs that we had.
Yeah.
And those sorts of things, you know, and I still hold them dear in my most fondest memories.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
it's the balance of the two. And
It is, mate, and I think people can fall into that trap of saying I'm doing it for my family, because that's just kind of a bit of a justification, I think, for people. Like, I'm doing it for my family, but
yeah,
like I say,
well,
are you truly?
we're gonna come on to that point because one of the points is the ego, and we're gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
Point number 2 is you are not your mind. You know, most people constantly experience worry, criticism, fear, and negative inner dialogue. So it's arguing those internal beliefs and these internal messages. What's your take on that?
It's a tough one, that, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, we are our mind, but then also we have a lot of intrusive thoughts. So it's like, how do you differentiate?
Yeah.
How do you differentiate what is actually your mind and what's actually just garbage that's like ruminating thoughts and anxiety? And so it's really hard to actually identify the true self within the mind.
Agreed. You know what my offering is for that? And it's training.
Yes. Yes.
Because often you don't really want to train, and you get, you know, a bit of a standard of what you can do and what you're really capable of when you push it to the wire, and then you can sort of think, fucking hell, I've got to do that again. I've got to go there again. I've got to lift that again. I've got to run that hard again.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to do that because you're like, fucking hell, that was tough, that. I don't really feel like that today. And then you start and you get through your warm up and then you're in zone again.
Yeah.
And if you hold on to that thought process, then that's how it's going to be. But if you just get used to ignoring the hijacking thoughts, cold water therapy is another one. Never want to get in. I never want to break through that fucking cold water. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Put my foot in it and I'm like, fuck off. But you come out of it, you feel alive. You've had a massive dopamine spike. Your energy's good. You feel refreshed and alert.
Yeah.
So it's always worth it, but you never want to do it.
So true, mate.
So I think that's one thing of how we can sort of differentiate the bullshit that we tell ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we all tell ourselves a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, we do. And I think just using an example of myself from a couple of days ago, I chose to go out for a run. I've not been running much recently, you know, there's all sorts of and I have been talking myself out of it quite a bit recently. Just because I've not slept last night, you know, Coa's been up all night. There's an argument for that, obviously, not to be overstressing, but the fact that I chose to go out and run on Sunday, I think it was. And it's almost instant for me, especially with running and training. Thoughts started pouring into my mind, like really good, positive. And I think that they are the truest sort of self-talk that you have when you're in that state, you know. It's
Yeah, when the energy's high.
yeah, energy's high, the brain fog's sort of clearing, and then start things, it's like you're turning on a tap.
Mm,
It's like things start pouring in,
mm,
ideas, you know. I was thinking about, I don't know why this came into my mind, but I'm best man for my mate's wedding in August, Stan Keen's, and I started thinking about, like, what's my speech going to be? Started having really good, clear thoughts coming in just while I was running. I was like, fucking hell, this
nice.
is why we do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's tangible
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Tangible.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, mate. Number 3 is the ego creates suffering.
Mm,
So it builds a false identity around status, success, possessions, comparison, and validation.
mm.
The ego's constantly saying, I need more, I should be further ahead, people must approve.
God, yeah.
So again, like, I said, we come to this point, and that's the bit of, what when we've set goals for ourselves, and why are we really doing that?
Yeah, yeah.
And we've got to be careful what path we go down when it comes to that. And again, referring back to the Jim Carrey quote, I hope everyone receives their hopes and dreams to realize it's not the answer.
Mm,
Going down that path,
yeah.
getting all the way through it, achieving it, and then thinking, no, that's not what
That's
I
not,
was looking for.
yeah, yeah.
And that is the biggest head fuck that I have, because I'm constantly conflicted, because I'm a Gemini
Yeah,
like you,
yeah.
and I'm conflicted between two different humans that's talking to me all the time. And one's trying to be successful, and one's trying to be present and do the right thing in terms of, I don't know. It's a difficult one.
Yeah, of course it is.
I'm juggling with it all the
Mm,
time.
mm. It's massive, that. Exactly the same. I keep having to sort of ask myself why. Why am I doing, you know, I might end up being away from family for a couple of days, and then I sort of really start questioning, am I doing this for the right reasons? Is it worth it right now? And
Mm.
that's the battle. That is it. It's an internal battle.
Again, going back to our particular ethos for Immerse,
Mm,
and me with my personal training brand, and what I'm doing it for.
mm.
Then when I come back to that, I'm like, yeah, well, I am doing it for the right reasons, though, because I am helping others, and I am seeing
Yeah,
tangible improvements
yeah,
in people's
yeah,
lives, and
yeah.
that tears me up at times
Mm.
to
Oh
know
yeah.
that, I've helped somebody in that way.
Mm. Yeah,
And then with the connection side and with the health benefits
yeah,
attached to the sauna, and it's like,
yeah, yeah. That's where, like, you know, when those thoughts come in, if it's not a strong enough why, that's when, you get into a lot of trouble, don't you? You start
I think so, yeah.
tangling yourself up, really, and that's why we're still going with it. You're still heavily pursuing your mission, and I've obviously carried on with the saunas because when those thoughts come in, the why is strong enough. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. There's going to be little moments of where things may drop off in other areas, but it's not detrimental. It's just moments, and it's just try to be, like you always say, water in each part of the garden
Mm.
equally. Um, but sometimes it's out of balance. You have seasons of intense work. You have seasons of intense time at home with the family. I
Yeah.
think to expect it to be balanced out 24/7 is just
Oh,
not right. It's
no,
not it's not realistic.
no, it's not.
It's not.
No. It's like I've told the kids this year, sorry guys, I can't take you on holiday. I'm just not going to have the time
Mm.
or the income for it.
Mhm.
We've got to go all in on this
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And they get it. They're at an age where they get it.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
good.
they've had the majority of their childhood where I have stopped and been as present as I could be. I know
Yeah.
my phone's pinging off left, right, and centre sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's hard to navigate through. Because I have that conversation with them as well about the amount of time that they're on the phone. Like, yeah, but you're on your phone. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm doing something productive.
Yeah, I'm doing business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not doom scrolling.
Yeah. Me and Jess have that argument quite a lot.
It's a tough one, innit? But
Yeah.
point
'Cause who's
four,
right?
mate. Point four is psychological time is different from clock time.
Gosh.
And he distinguishes this between clock time is useful for planning and goal setting, learning from experience. Psychological time is regret, anxiety, anticipation, and rumination.
Yeah, because if you think of it as like dropping a coin in the box of every time you're thinking of a negative thought or a ruminating thought, like you're constantly dropping it in, really. If you're always in that psychological
Keeps you
state.
still as well, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
it is impacting the now.
Yeah. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
And then time does pass you by then because you've spent too long with your head in your ass.
Yeah. Exactly.
I did a comp the other week and I've not practiced any gymnastic moves and stuff like that or Olympic lifting really because of my rib injury.
Yeah.
And then I've rocked up on the day and I'm just chatting to the judge before we started and he's like, what you going for today on your lifts and this and that? And I said, I don't know, mate. I'm just going to give it a go.
Yeah.
I didn't want to let my teammate down. I said I'd do a comp with her. I'm here. I'll just do what I can do. And I didn't have any expectations of myself and I was just very free. I wasn't overthinking anything.
Yeah.
I was just basically moving based on how I was feeling because I wasn't 100% sure if I could get through everything okay. And then it was fine. It was absolutely fine. And we ended up winning.
There you go. Wow.
Because I was just kind of like free to whatever. And I gave it everything that I had.
Yeah.
Physically capable of, but I wasn't overthinking nothing and I was just free in the moment. And Cruz mentioned that point as well, to surrender.
Yeah.
To surrender to the present moment.
Yeah. Do all the preparation you can physically, mentally, and then surrender in the moment. And just be good at surfing.
Yeah, be free with it.
Get good at surfing. Whatever wave comes at you, you're able to take it on, essentially. I like that, mate. And there another bit of a shout out to George Hume, who we've just had a coffee with. He's about to do his first Ironman, full Ironman. And he was talking about normally he's fine before like a big event like this, but he said he's set like a time that he wants to get in this Ironman. And he says it's really like causing a lot of mental stress. Just because he's over thinking everything of trying to control the outcome before it's happened.
Yeah.
And I think
keeping your splits at this and all the rest of it.
Yeah. And then, we were just sat having a coffee and I think he even said it himself. He said, you know what I think I'm just going to do? Just going to go get it done. Just finish it. That's the goal. First time there.
It's feedback as well, isn't it?
You've got to feel it, haven't you?
Yeah.
So that's like what you're saying, I suppose, isn't it?
Well, you might surprise yourself like I did. I had absolutely no expectations of anything. I didn't know. I wasn't even bothered. I just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to let my teammate down. I wanted to do it. And that was that.
Yeah.
And then by being free, I ended up getting more than I anticipated.
Well, then you're present, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, isn't it? You're there. You're in the moment. You're not thinking about splits. You're not thinking about what weight's going to get lifted. It's just like, right, I'm here. I'm just going to give it my all.
Yeah, well, what's the outcome emotionally if I wasn't to hit?
Exactly.
If I'm not going to hit them targets,
yeah.
Right, what's that going to do then? How am I going to feel about that?
Yeah.
If you start something, you get off on not the right foot that you were expecting, what does that do to the rest of it?
Exactly.
You're not really enjoying the flow of the experience, are you?
Yeah. You're just chasing that first little mishap then, aren't you?
Yeah. That's it.
Sorry to interrupt this amazing conversation. We've just got a quick message for you. At the heart of this podcast, Dan, is human connection.
It sure is.
And now, it's amazing for us to say that we also build fully bespoke saunas from design, build and install that also promote the exact same thing, mate, human connection. There's a theme here.
There is. And all built to last, like we just keep saying. We wanted to provide products that last a lifetime, not just for a matter of months. Yeah. That's exactly our ethos and our message. So we wanted the products to match that, and they are the highest quality, the highest form of timber, the best quality heaters, and tempered glass to suit.
Wow. We've not spared expense there, mate. If you're thinking of upgrading your space, whether it's your home, business, studio, wherever you can fit a sauna, basically, we can build it for you. So visit us website on immersesaunas.co.uk and we'll take it from there. We look forward to building your dream sauna shortly.
Oh yeah.
Interesting, mate.
Point 5, resistance creates much of our stress.
Yeah.
So what you resist persists. People suffer not only because difficult things happen, but because they fight reality.
Yeah.
And an example could be an injury, a rejection, a failure, unexpected setbacks.
That's a big one, that, mate, because you see it all over, don't you? It's like people thinking they have control over things.
Yeah.
When they don't.
No.
There's no control.
No.
And that's where, again, the word surrender comes in.
Yeah.
It's like thinking that you have some sort of control over this huge sort of world and universe that we live in. We're just fucking tiny, tiny dots, mate. You cannot control a thing.
There's so many variables,
So
isn't there?
that's the perspective of the mindset of, right, acceptance.
That's exactly one of the points.
Acceptance, not resistance.
Doesn't mean liking the situation,
No.
but you're accepting what is.
Yeah, this is it. Right, okay. Not going to try fight back and pull it back in. I'm going to sit with it and then go forward. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can refer that to anything, couldn't you? You know, sport, business, home life, any everyday life. Don't try and resist it, just accept it.
Yeah. That's the one.
I like it.
Point 6, the pain body. So he introduces the idea of the pain body, which is an accumulation of emotional pain from the past that gets triggered in the present. These signs can include overreacting, anger, resentment, victim mentality, emotional patterns that repeat. I'm not going to lie, I'm a bugger for this.
I think that's a lot deeper, that one, isn't it?
I'm not great in this area.
No,
I'm just going to hold my hand straight up.
just past experiences that have formed your current sort of mindset.
Definitely.
Yeah. But the fact that you're aware of that, probably.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, you're probably a lot further ahead than you think.
Yeah, I'm working on it, but yeah, there's work to do.
Can you give us an example?
Trust. Yeah, that.
It's a resistance thing, isn't it?
That trust.
It's resistance, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're resisting to trust a person or whoever it may be, instead of acceptance.
Do you know why that is?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've gone all in, and I mean all in.
Mm-hmm.
And then the outcome has been disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the fear of giving that much of myself. Again, that's a deep one. Fucking hell.
That is a deep one.
Well, that's the truth.
But
I've not properly healed from that. My mum is definitely another one.
Yeah.
Having someone who's healthy and relatively young, and then picking up an illness and then passing away within a 2-week period shapes your reality somewhat and distorts things. You know, like the thing of not sitting and not riding things out long enough.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
A
Yeah.
bit too like in the present moment, carpe diem kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck this, life's too short mentality.
Yeah.
Too much of that
Yeah.
and
Mm.
carrying that.
Mm.
That's the truth. That's what I need to work on.
Mm. I mean, there's a catch-22 with it, isn't there? It's a good quality, but then it's also can be a
It
bad
can be a
quality.
curse.
I suppose it's individual to the situation of what it is.
Yeah. I
You
think a
know?
lot of people looking at things, I think a lot of people are unhappy with the careers, with their marriages and the relationships and
Mm.
this and that. There's a lot of people that are unhappy
Yeah.
in the now.
Yeah.
And I don't give myself long enough now to be unhappy because again, I'm mindful of the present,
Mm.
but is that the right thing? I don't know. If it were to end tomorrow for me, I'd be quite happy in the decisions that I've made.
Mm. There you go then.
Is it right? I don't know. I've had to suffer in some way, yeah, but don't we all?
I mean, you've probably been a little bit hard on yourself because I know that you definitely don't make knee-jerk decisions. You've stayed in situations longer than I would have done. So, I think it probably does play a part into your world, but maybe not as much as you think.
Mm.
Or maybe just in particular situations, you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. All food for thought, innit, mate? But yeah, the pain body, that's a big one for me. That's one that really, really stood out to me. And I'm like, wow, that's getting me, that one. It's getting me.
But I
But
think
I don't overreact and I'm not angry.
no.
But have I got resentment? Yeah,
Mm.
defo.
Mm.
Have I got a victim mentality? Pretty much, yeah. I would say so. Yeah. Not that I'm complaining all the time.
No.
I'm trying to put my best foot forward, but it's something I identify in myself that I
Mm.
feel like I need to explore a bit more.
Do you know what I think might help with that one? Just before we move on, and we keep coming back to this, but our mate Adisa,
Yeah,
the mosaic principle.
too close.
Whatever moment you refer back to in your mind, maybe just take a few steps back and look at the bigger, more beautiful picture of it all as a whole, rather than just a couple of tiles on the wall.
Fair dues. I'll take that.
It's true there,
Yeah.
because
Well, you can be paralyzed by your analysis, can't you? Then
mm,
you're overthinking
yeah, yeah,
the situations,
yeah,
or
yeah, and it's just perspective, like ultra perspective is looking at a bad situation and seeing some sort of good that's potentially come from it. That's a big skill to have, I think, in life. That however bad something may seem in the moment, as long as you can zoom out from it and eventually see that where that path has eventually led you into a more positive direction,
mm,
over a period of time.
yeah.
You might have been shafted at some point, but because you got shafted, you've ended up in a much more positive position a bit later down the line. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
always that, just looking at the mosaic,
I saw
you know.
something on socials. It were like a wise quote, and it was about the pearl and how the pearls formed.
Mm.
And I don't want to butcher this, but look into how a pearl is formed,
Mm-hmm.
and it's years of things not being right.
Yeah. And then you end up with a little
And then the
jewel.
beauty comes
Yeah.
later because of the shit
Mm.
that we've had to endure or go through
Mm.
that then shapes something where, you know, someone looks at that person and goes, wow, like, I don't know, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, as an example, had to suffer massively as a kid. He were hungry. Do you know what I mean? They were really poor. His father were an alcoholic,
Mm.
and that shaped him as a independent, strong, fucking hungry
Driven.
human
Yeah.
being.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of the biggest superstars on planet because of all that shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, we've all got to go through a bit of something
We
at
have,
some
yeah.
point,
That's we have. It's forging, isn't it?
but then just not to hold on to it too much, too
Mm.
long, and to be a bit more free. That's one thing that I would say that I need to work on that.
Mm.
I'm just identifying that in myself.
That's good, mate.
Point 7, presence improves performance. Again, relating back to what I was speaking about earlier.
Mm.
Peak performers often describe being completely focused, calm, not overthinking, fully immersed.
Fully immersed. There you go. Yes. I think,
So from an athletic
yeah,
perspective, it's like a flow state
the
and you're just
flow
enjoying
state.
it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to say. You know, Bruce Lee talks about it. You know, you want to be like water, my friend. Flow like water.
We talk about it in business, don't we? Like,
Yeah.
you know, let's not force any situation. Like, just
Mm.
let it be.
Yeah.
Let it come in.
Yeah.
Let's not force it and let it come back out.
Yeah.
If it comes, let it come. If it goes, let it go.
Yeah. Like that
Just
really
keep
helped.
going.
That mentality helped me. I was telling you yesterday, you know, we'd just confirmed a bespoke sauna build for a gym in Manchester, and they've just sort of done a bit of a U-turn on it at last moment. And, you know, there were a few red flags. So in my mind, I'm just like, okay, I had an initial little, ooh. And then a few seconds later, just like, yeah, right, just let that one flow by then.
Silly.
There's no, again, there's no resistance. It's just accepting
Yeah.
what it is,
Yeah.
not chasing.
And again, like with the flow state, it allows better decision making, a reduction in anxiety, greater enjoyment of the moment,
Mm,
and then improved performance
yeah,
in whatever that is that you try to do.
yeah,
So yeah,
like it. I love that one.
yeah, it's big in it.
Mm,
Point 8, acceptance is not weakness. Many people misunderstand acceptance. Acceptance is not giving up. It's not being passive or lowering your standards. It means this is where we are right now.
mm, yeah, we've tapped on that one quite a bit, haven't we? But that's, yeah, it's huge. It's massive. It's, I think a lot of people waste time and energy trying to, let's say, resurrect or control something that they're just never ever going to have any impact on whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's like it's wasted energy, gas, time, you know? Stop fucking wasting your energy and just be right, sit with it, and then go from there.
This is a theme that I covered quite heavily when I did my therapy.
Mm, yeah.
The the control element,
Mm,
controlling a situation, controlling other humans, like, you know, like
yeah.
you try to manipulate situations all the
Yes.
time. Not in a negative way,
Yeah.
in a way that I'm trying to create peace and I'm trying to be passive to create
Yes.
peace.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to control that, and inside I'm erupting.
Yeah. I would, yeah, mate. That were me. That's been me for a lot of years. It's trying to control other people's opinions of me.
Mm,
You know, like, let's just be honest, you don't get along with everyone. Sometimes you have fallouts, and I really struggled to accept that.
yeah.
What do you mean? I'm a nice guy.
Be my
Be my
friend.
friend. Honestly. And then it had even become like obsessive in my mind. a lot of times. Like, I need to fix this situation.
That's the trait of a Gemini, though, as well. Peacemakers.
Peacemaker. Everyone love me.
Yeah. Please.
I'm an angel. But then going through that and realising that you can't control what other people think of you, you just put your best foot forward and leave it there. And just, again, accept.
Yeah.
There's a theme. But yeah, that's been a big one for me. Sometimes that creeps back in.
Yeah, they do.
I'm
They
just
will
like,
do.
just let that one go, mate. Love me.
Love you, bye. Oh, dear. Point 9. Happiness comes from within.
Mm-hmm.
The modern culture teaches I'll be happy when I get promoted, I make more money, I win, I lose weight, I get this.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you weren't on this one, but when Ben Bamforth came on, he was telling me about him talking to these like millionaire friends and stuff. It's like, he was telling me, yeah, but all they kept saying was, I'll be happy when I make 15 million. Or the other guy said, I'll be happy when I make 20 million. And then I said, let me just point something out there. All of them said, I'll be happy when. It's something in the future, somewhere, putting it somewhere in the future.
So you're not happy right now?
No.
Is the question, innit?
Yeah.
Are you happy right now? Is the question.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's an elusive answer as well. If you're going through a tough time, you're like, well, no. Do you know what I mean? But there's external factors that can create a bit of uncertainty or just make a situation a bit wonky. Let's just look at me, for example. I've been going through a bit of a wonky year up to present. I'm not unhappy.
Sorry to interrupt you there, guys. We've got a massive announcement, Dan. We've managed to partner with Pure Sport, which is one of the most exciting brands at the minute in the UK, my friend.
That's it, built to last, in it for the long run, as the hashtag says. All the similar sorts of messages behind the ethos of the brand, and it really fits in alignment with us. We know that they're athlete tested.
Even Lucy Bronze is using their products. She's a friend of the show.
The magnesium and the ashwagandha and all those other products that are related to recovery are super useful for me right now. I'm really feeling the benefit. The electrolytes is definitely the best I've tasted.
They're the best I've tasted as well, without sounding biased, my friend. But yeah, it just lines up with everything that we preach, mate. No shortcuts, just solid daily habits that actually make you feel better.
If you want to try these guys, use the Immerse 10 for 10% off at the checkout.
Now back to the episode. Sorry for interrupting you there. Crack on.
Let's go.
Happy though. I've been unhappy before.
Yeah.
I'm not that. I'm far from that. Could the situations be a bit better? Yeah. But I've got great people around me. I'm healthy. I feel good. So, my kids are healthy. My family's good. Everyone's good. Like, there's nothing to be unhappy about, really. And time's just going to map itself out and it's going to be okay.
Yeah. I think that's sort of probably contentment, maybe, shall we say? Contentment and acceptance of who you are.
Rather than happy.
Happy? Because you hear it all the time, don't you? Happy's an emotion. It's a fleeting thing.
Yeah.
Just like being sad.
Well, you could have all the emotions in one day.
Yeah, exactly. And we'd normally do.
Yeah.
But it's the overall, are you content with life, with every asset of life? That's the better question to ask, I think, isn't it?
That's one thing that I learned from my kids when they were young, and you'll get this as well, like where Bodhi is at the minute. They'll have about 5-6 different emotions in the same day, but they don't hold on to it. They might be crying 1 minute and then laughing the next, but they're not overthinking why they were crying earlier.
Yeah.
They're just going with it.
Yeah, you experience it in the same minute sometimes, don't you?
Yeah.
Be crying her eyes out because she's not got something that she wants, and then I'll tickle her and she's laughing.
That's it.
Forgotten about now.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's point 9. And the last one, stillness is powerful. So this book is encouraging practices such as meditation, deep breathing,
Yep.
spending time in nature, gratitude, simply observing thoughts without any judgment.
I think let's put sauna on that list as well. You know, it all ties in, doesn't it? It's
Well, that's one of the things that we've been trying to promote with this.
Yeah.
You know, I love them moments when I go down to Heiss and I look and I think, ooh, got it to myself.
Yeah.
And I just sit there in silence.
Solitude.
Yeah. Going
It's
for a
so
walk
rare.
with your dog or whatever, you know, just these moments.
Yeah.
These
I think
pockets.
you're really good for that, from what I've seen. You know, I might call you one time and you've took yourself out for a walk, or you're in park, or, you know, and you just intentionally going for that moment where you're by yourself.
Yeah, I
And
have a
okay
date.
with that.
I have a date with myself quite
A
a bit.
date with yourself, and I think that's a skill to be able to do that. And I've always been pretty good at that myself. You know, walking into when I go down to London, I'll walk in a restaurant and just say, "Table for one, thanks."
Mm.
And they almost look at you like,
Oh.
Like, don't need any pity. I'm having the right time.
Do you want a cuddle?
I'm having time in my life.
Well, I took myself off to caravan for the full weekend.
Yeah,
and it was
exactly.
and it was my birthday weekend, and it's like, I was celebrating it. I enjoyed it. It
Yeah.
was nice.
See, that's what I mean.
I went
Yeah.
with the dog, and
Yeah.
me and him were cool. He knows what I'm on about.
But yeah, it's so important, man. In this busy technological hustle and bustle world that we're
Yeah.
living in.
Well, it was not like I was completely disconnected either. You know, I were on the phone sometimes, I was having a conversation, or I might have been texting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you're completely isolated.
No.
And I wouldn't want that either.
No.
But having those moments where I would just sat in my own head, I think we've definitely got to do more of that.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Even for me to challenge myself on point 6, I wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't sat in my own head for long enough to realise it.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to do a bit of that.
Yeah. Just sitting still and letting the thoughts flood in and analyse and introspection. That's why, you know, the breath work thing's amazing as well.
Yeah.
Anything that you do, whether it's breath work, sauna, go for a walk, anything that separates the busy mind, where you're able to just switch it off, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes, is an important thing to do.
Yeah.
Very important.
Well, this is another conversation that I had recently with Leon, and it's a good point for people that are interested in our world, which is health and fitness. And a lot of fitness is celebrated and through hardship and grind and hustle and it's all related to that. But it's like, yeah, but is it a healthy space that you're operating in? What you're doing it all for?
Yeah.
And we do get validation and we do get praise and you do get a good rig and everyone's patting you on the back and you look amazing and this and that. And you're celebrated for your achievements of, oh, you've just trained again. Are you mad? But in a good way. Well, no.
3 times today now, bro. There's always a line in there.
Are we switching off enough as well? Because we have to be balanced.
Yeah. There's people that you look at maybe in a little bit of a judgy way, but you're just thinking, training a bit too much, you. What's going on? Don't you?
Yeah.
Say what you're running from. That's what you think, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And often it's true.
Yeah, and training.
If you just look deep enough.
Training on an emotion sometimes helps fuels your performance a little bit. Let's say if you're angry and you train and you're like, I feel better for that because it's an expression.
Yeah.
But then it's like if you're just constantly doing it because you're angry a lot, it's like maybe I need to look at anger.
Yeah.
Not just try and blast my way through this.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't put a plaster on it.
Yeah. So And I've been guilty of that.
Yeah.
I've been guilty of overdoing it,
Mm.
and then that being celebrated and then getting a pat on back for it. You know what I mean? So yeah, all those things are to be looked at, and it's all about balancing the books out. Look at our logo. You know, what is it?
Yin and yang. In a sauna. Yeah, exactly. Balance.
So there you go. There are the 10 points. The Power of Now. If you're interested in a bit of self-reflection, have a look at the book.
I thought that were awesome, mate. I think we need to all pay more attention to being present in the moment. And I think we should end this podcast with the way we started it, Dan, by
The
doing
breath.
a breath, another breath, and then ready?
Oh, yeah. Ready?
Oh God,
Does feel better, that,
doesn't
doesn't
that
it?
feel good? That listener,
it.
are you feeling this?
Try it.
Flipping it, right? Well, cheers, guys. Enjoyed that one. Hope you did too. Check us on the next episode, weekly episodes. Now, as you know, we've got some awesome guests lined up now for the next probably month or two. So stay tuned, guys. Give us a follow at Immerse the Brand on Instagram, and check out the website immersesaunas.co.uk if you're after a sauna. But please hurry, because the calendar's filling up. Right, guys, peace. See you on the next one.
See you guys. Thank you.